I've always been very vague with my dua, thinking that, okay, if I'm vague, it'll encompass basically everything.
I was just so lost, and I'm like, I don't know how I'm gonna organize this or frame this.
Like I'm standing in my own way.
Thinking that I don't deserve dua and I don't deserve to ask Allah anymore.
This journey of Visionaire begins now. Shaitan comes for you when you're going in the right path.
I'm afraid the more dua I make will leave me unsatisfied and ungrateful.
Who told you that Allah doesn't answer dua?
It's almost as if Shaitan is making me doubt what my Creator has always promised.
I didn't even know I had that limiting belief in my head.
Nothing can change qadar except dua. So dua can rewrite destiny.
You have dunya or deen aspirations, but they were never made into du'as.
Are you ready?
You know, we're either like working towards what we want or working against it.
There were a lot of limiting beliefs that I had, and there was a lot of healing that needed to be done.
And it's up to you to like take that leap of faith and be like, Allah's got me.
You're at the threshold of unleashing a power that is larger than you.
It's not that dua needs to change, it's that dua will change me.
The more that you ask Allah, the more happy that Allah is with you.
When you start getting confused about how this will happen, like, I don't think this is possible, that's your dream dua right there.
It becomes your dream dua when it scares you.
You don't need to understand the logic behind the way that Allah will answer your dua. Like Allah will move the mountains to make it happen for you.
وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. SubhanAllah, Allah says, and in the heavens is your provision. وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. In the heavens is your provision, that Allah will take care of you, and everything that He promised is coming from above. And so Allah is first telling you to open your eyes, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَفِي السَّمَاءِ رِزْقُكُمْ وَمَا تُوعَدُونَ. And everything that you've been promised.
Like Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala brought us here, right? To this program. So He wants us to like dare to dream.
The last thing that Shaykh Muhammad said was, all Allah wants for you is to be thankful to Him and to worship Him. Everything else is yours. And at that point, I legit just like broke down, and it was just so hard for me to like just, you know, absorb everything and be like, really, I deserve that? This is for me.
For me, it's not possible. Like, I can't make this possible, but Allah can make it possible. So I like literally just like wanted to like burst into tears, like, you know, wow, is this really possible for me?
I feel like I have to go back and tell all those parts of me that thank you for your service and what you did had a purpose. But those blocks you put in place, they don't serve you anymore. You're safe, and now you're free to dream.
The du'as that I've made in the past that are concrete and specific, I'm literally living them.
The problem that happens is that when you come back to Visionaire and all your du'as are answered, and then what do you do? How do you benefit from Visionaire when all your du'as have been answered?
I've been doing Visionaire so many years. I keep coming back because of the experience. That gives me a new dream that now it's time for me to grow in my dream dua again and grow in my journey again.
I've done about 4 or 5 Visionaires so far. Even without Shaykh here, this was the best. I almost forgot that Shaykh wasn't here.
I didn't know what to expect without Muhammad Sharif. And I also want to congratulate the team on making this such an exceptional experience.
Even this year, doing it without Shaykh, it hits different.
This has been an amazing journey, and I hope to continue with the programs of Discover You. This has been by far the most amazing program.
It feels so good to have a lot of, mashallah, Muslim, the Ummah all together, having one dream is to raise our dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to become closer to Allah.
There's an abundance of resources in the chat and amongst all of us.
Taking Visionaire just changed the trajectory of my life. You want to see things happen in your life, grow as a person, you want your relationship with Allah to change, find out about yourself, learn about Allah, the essence of worship, subhanAllah, dua, this is the course for you, subhanAllah.
What is Ramadan but a moment for all of us to wake up? And our du'as, and inshallah what you'll experience in Visionaire, is to wake up from slumber. So many of you affirmed this week that I've been making robotic du'as. I'm disconnected from my du'as. So many of you joined because you're like, I don't want that anymore. And so inshallah, you're here to wake up. You've been limiting what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can do in your mind and your Visionaire, your du'a journey, being more loyal to your old self than the excitement you have about your future self? Are you more committed to your limitations than what Allah can do in your life? Are you more committed to your limitations than what Allah can do in your life?
This was one of my dua that I made in Ramadan after the Visionaire course with Shaykh Alshareef. And I remember him saying that with such certainty your dua is going to be answered until you reach a moment when the dua is answered and you're just gonna sit in reflection and say, قَدْ جَعَلَهَا رَبِّي حَقًّا, that truly Allah brought it forth. He made it true. Allah made it true. Allah made it true. SubhanAllah.
وانتشت روحي وصار الدمع يجري يا إلهي خذ بقلبي للرشاد